Hello, hello, hello. It's Jennifer from the patio coming to you on this Wanderlust Wednesday. Hope you're having a great day. Guess what today is? It's a redo day. The reason it's a redo day is because when we were making our folio, our matchbook folio from last week, I made it on 110 craft cardstock, and not only that, but my printer was having a boo-boo day, and it was printing all these lines. And so, sorry, I'm spitting. And so anyway, I can't do anything with this. It's too thick. It's not going in the way I want it, and it's catching, and so I'm tossing it. And we're going to do something completely. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to use a different. So here's what I have. I have a 65-pound craft cardstock. It's pliable. It can bend. We're good there. And then I also I printed on my premium 32 paper, so it's not going to put any thickness or anything in it. So when I bend it, it's all going to be perfect. And then the other thing we're going to not do is we're not going to put a gusset in it. And guess what? It's okay for us to do a redo. You know, if you create something and you're like, you know what, this isn't working, then guess what? It's not working. So, you know, we gotta change it up. So here's what we need. We need 2 pieces of 65-pound cardstock, whatever that is for you. You know, craft, white, black, pink, orange, whatever it is. And then we're going to score the, first we're going to lay it on the 11. And we're going to score it 1 1/4, 5 1/2, and 9. And then we're going to get a second piece that is 6 1/2 by 8 1/2. And we're going to score it in half at 3 1/4. So I'm going to set that right there. And then I'm going to score our big piece on the 11. Move that. At 1 1/4. And I'm also giving us a little bit more room on the closure, and 5 1/2, and then 9. Okay, put that aside. And then our second piece on the 6 1/2, because we just cut it down, we're going to score this in half at 3 1/4. So 3 1/4 right in half. And then that is it. Okay. So let's fold that in half. I was looking to see, did I fold it on the right little thing? Okay, I just had my bone folder. There it is. Come here, you little bone folder. Make sure that is... Yes. Make sure that's in half. Got that done. Folding on the on the hills. Make sure this is right. And then that is the piece that is probably about 2 inches, and then we have our smaller 1 1/4 on the right hand side, because that's where I want my my closure to be. Honestly, it really doesn't matter when we attach this next piece. This, okay, let me make sure, and then this goes like this, and this is going to go, okay, yeah, making sure that it's right. Okay, so that's what you need. So if you needed to take a picture, there you go. Okay, so we're going to take this extra piece, because we want to flap on the side, and we're just going to attach it to this end right here. So all we're going to do is add some glue. I apologize for the glare, because the weather can't make up its mind. It's going to rain, and then it's not, and the sun keeps coming in and out, and I do not understand why. Because this is Texas, and we're supposed to have sun all the time, but we just have not. We just have crazy weather, and I think I've been telling you that. It's just crazy weather. Okay, and so we're going to take this piece, and we're going to just butt it up against this seam right here. Make sure it's down. Make sure I can still bend it, and I can, because we do not want to go across that seam, we just want to go up to it. Okay, let's turn it over and just make sure everything looks good. There's no drippy glue or anything. There's just a little smidge here, so I'm just going to cut that off. Just a little bit. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be all right. This is the part that's going to fold in, and then it's going to fold into our... It actually should go like that. You should be able to go like this, and so we're going to put our grommets on this side. So before we put our grommets on, I'm going to go ahead and put the paper on. So I'm going to use my Lineco glue, and I've already cut them out and I've inked them because we have already done this process, but we are going to do it again to make sure that we get it the way we want it. So I decided I wanted the girl right on this panel, so I'm going to open it up and lay it out. So I'm going to put her here. And put some glue on the sides and the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to pick it up and hold it. And then we're going to put it down. And then there comes that beautiful sun again. It comes in and then goes out. I'm going to say that's probably... I like having a border. So, this panel, I wrote some directions, but I think it's a little confusing. So what you want to do is you want your decorative paper that you put down, you want it to be 1/4 of an inch smaller. So this is 8.5, obviously tall, because it's 8.5 by 11. So you would want to cut your height down to 8.25. So all of your pages are going to be 8.25, and then whatever your panel is. Excuse me. I've been talking too much today. So I shall drink water. Okay. So this one was 3.5, so we made it 3.25. And then I'm going to just go to the right and to the right with this seam and then just finish it. So this is 3.25, so I did it at 3. Excuse me. This is 3.25, so I did it at 3. And I want my seam to just continue, so it goes like this, and then it's going to go like this. It looks like I did this one a little bit. Does it go like that? No? May have to cut that one down. Okay, so, and they're already inked, so we don't have to worry about that. We just have to worry about me talking and coughing. When I was sick a couple of weeks back, I got a really bad sore throat, and I wasn't able to talk for a while. And then I noticed just, you know, trying to talk more than what I normally do is not helping me. Okay. I like the little birds in here. Okay, so I said this needs to be 3 as well. So let me see what I did it at. I did it at 3.25. Silly me. Silly me. That's okay. See, that's what I'm saying. We just fix whatever the issue is. And like, I wanted to fix that because it was that that one was just bugging me. It was like it was too thick and I didn't like it. So I'm like, let's just change it. I can use that cardstock for something else. Cut it up, make some tags or something. I'm not gonna, do some. Plus, like I said, my printer was on the fritz. And so now look at the paper. It's so beautiful. There's no lines, no nothing. I fixed my printer. It's acting better. And that's what we like. Whoops. Don't be slipping and sliding there. Okay, so there's that. And then I did these, and this is going to go on the back. I thought that would be pretty on the back, because this is going to be the back. So I cut that out, and this is all going to be on the inside. And this is made from 65-pound cardstock, and so it being on the back will be better because it'll give it a little bit extra stability, but it won't impede the bending when I fold it up, because we still have to put, some ephemera, some pockets, something to, for me to put my stuff from my hiking. I'm supposed to go and do some hiking at my sister's. Okay, and I have not inked this folio yet, but I will. It's not necessary that I do it right in a second, but I will. Okay, so then on the inside, when we open it up, this is going to go on this panel, and then these are going to go just like this. Yeah, I cut these fine. The other ones I just didn't. Okay, so let's start on the right, and let's just get these down, and then we can add some pockets and add some of that little ephemera. I cut the ephemera out. She has some little fussy cuts in her kit, and so I cut those out. So this is like a cute little let's go hiking. Well, some of you live in Tennessee and Canada. Those are amazing places to hike. My daughter and I went to Tennessee, and we hiked up the big mountain, and several of them actually. And I was so proud of myself that I made it to the top. I mean, I was in better shape then. I think it was like maybe three or 4 years ago that we went. And I'm gonna go. Hold on. Let me go grab something. Okay, I went to go get my little magnet. We went in 2021, and it was the Alum Cave Trail. And you go one that's short to to Ark Rock, and that was 1.4. And then we went to the Alum Cave Bluffs, which was another 2.3. And then we went all the way to the top of Mount LeConte, and it was a trek. And there were people that were just passing us and, just going all the way to the top and then walking all the way down, and we hadn't even made it to the top yet. But we did a good job, and we were taking our time too, because we'd never done it before. So we were, enjoying the scenery and taking pictures and stuff like that. But yes, I'm very proud of myself that I went all the way to the top. And they have like a little place that you can go buy some snacks or whatever. And then we sat. It was freaking cold. So if you're from Tennessee and you've been over there, I'm sure you have hiked that. But it was so much fun. I might put a little picture of me on the top of the mountain and in this video, just so you can see, because it was fun. We had a great time. Just driving to Tennessee was fun. But it was, we just had a great trip. And I love to hike. And so I haven't been in a while, but was that the last big one? I think that was the last big trip that I went hiking on. And just had some, you know, just had life happen and just haven't been able to go. But I'd love to go to Canada. I told you my neighbors, they are in Canada right now because his parents live there. And they go every year. And I would love to go to Canada and go up in the mountains and hike. And that would be awesome. Making sure these are even. Okay, so that'll be a good little background. You have this. It's kind of all neutral and, you know, but it's a map, so that's kind of cool. I gotta lay it down to do these sides, just so I can kind of a little bit get them even, get them close to the edge as I can. Anyway, so that's, you know, I thought, well, I'll just make a hiking one because that, you know, she had a kit, and I was like, that's cool. I like it. And I could always put some pictures. Oh, you know what I did last year? I went to Washington State to my favorite place to go at Lake Quinault, and we stay at the lodge there. And I think I told you that my younger sister it was her first time to go, and it's probably my 12th, you know, and but she had just never gotten up that way. And so we stayed at the lodge, and we went hiking, and we took pictures of mushrooms, little bitty mushrooms, and it was just so much fun. We had just a fantastic time. Ate some of the best food, met some really crazy people, and loved it. Loved it. I love to meet new people. Okay, so that's how it's going to go, and we may need a little strip right here, and I do have a strip that I cut off that will work. Just not this one, because this one has the stripes on it. Let me see what else I cut off of the paper. Here they are. This one. And then I can get that pink in there. Remember last week I was like, I want to get that pink in. I may do it like that so it's just a little pink. Okay, so I believe this is 1 1/4 because we did it at 1. We scored it at 1, and yeah. So I need to do it at 1. So let me cut that off. Is it short enough? Yes. So we'll do that at 1. Uh-oh, I think I just cut the corner of that off. Look at that little bitty piece. Okay, and I do have to ink this one. And then we'll put the grommets in, because we didn't do that last time. I think we put the grommets in, but we hadn't put the paper on yet, so I'm gonna do that now so I don't forget. Anywho, let me know. Are you a hiker? Do you like to go and be in the wilderness? You don't even have to be a hiker necessarily, but do you like to be in the outdoors? Do you like to go and walk and see nature? And you don't necessarily have to be I'm going to hike, Mount LeConte or something. Although the view is gorgeous when you got up there. Yeah, in Washington State, they have beautiful waterfalls up in that area too. And so we went and took the car, and one time I went and we were driving around to go see one of the waterfalls, and it's around the lake. So it's Lake Quinault where we stay at the lodge, and so it's people live all around the perimeter, here and there. It's not like a lot of people. But anyway, they have a trail, I mean, a road that goes all the way around. And so we were on the other side of the lake, and there was just a whole herd of elk. And all of a sudden I looked out, and the sun was coming through the trees, and I saw some horns coming out of the grass, because the grass was, you know, it's a meadow, it's high. And I was like, look at that. Is that? And all of a sudden, you know how you see one thing and then you realize that there's like 20 of them out there? And I just started seeing all of these horns, and they were all elk, and they were laying out in the meadow, and you could see the tops of their heads with the horns. And I was like, oh my goodness, that is the most beautiful thing. And the sun was coming through the trees, and it was just gorgeous. Anywho, enough stories. Let's get to getting here. Okay, so I'm going to use my grommet, my favorite Craftmore grommets, and I'm only going to use the grommet itself. I'm not going to use the backing or anything. And I have to use my special, this round punch, because it's big enough for these grommets. This is not. And then I'm going to push to make sure that it is unlocked, because that helps me. That helps me. Okay, I kind of need to mark where. Okay, that is right there. And what I'm doing is I'm lining this up on this line right here. And hopefully you can see that. And then I'm closing it so that I know this is where that line is. And so I need to get my ruler out. And then I'm going to mark I've got to do it right on the line so I know that it's square. Let's see, I want them about here. Okay, this is 8.5, so I need 4 1/4. So I'm going to do my best to do it from here. So this is 2.5, so this is it's actually 2 below, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 below. That doesn't look like half to me. Oh, no, it's 8.5, so that'd be 4 1/4. Okay, so that's, let me do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4 1/4. Minus 2. Okay, so I think it's going to be this. Okay, and then I'm going to take it in 1.5. So I'm going to do it. I think I'm actually adding 2, so I'm going to do it. That's about right. Okay, so this is going to be 1.5 minus 2. Okay, we're going for it. I think that's good. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I'm just trying to center. I can see the dot, then I'm just going to kind of center. Let's see if that goes good. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now I'm going to punch all the way through. I just wanted to get that to make sure that we are good to go. And I wanted this paper to go all the way through because I just thought it would be pretty to have it like that. And then that'll fold in. This is going to do. Okay. It's not complicated, but it is work. Okay, so let's... Nope. We're going like this. So, and then I have to pull it towards me. Okay, that's good. I think this is working better today because I figured out about that lock button. See, and it just did it again. It went the opposite way. If you don't push that in, I don't know why it does that. I'm not pressing it or anything. Every time I do that, it locks. I don't know, that's weird. The older I get, the more I have to... I mean, I still have strength, but sometimes it's a little bit... Okay, that looks good. Okay, so this is going to fold, this is going to fold, and then this is going to... Are we going to have the same issues as before? Not issues, but... There. Okay. And I want it to be tight, but see, that's so much better. The other one was just so, it was just way too tight. And then the way I get it out is just, I kind of pull it like that. And, I don't know, it still is kind of wonky there. Okay, so now what we're going to do real quick, let me see where we are. 27. Okay, we're good. So here we put one together really quick, which is awesome. And so now we're just going to put some stuff in it. And so I have this piece of paper. Well, I did until I moved it. I really want to put this little trailhead to make like a pocket. Because you can't see, let me see. I think it'd be better to be on this one. So I'm just going to do it all the way over to the trailhead point and then see where we are. So that's about 3 1/4. That's bringing it right down to it. Okay, let me take that little bottom edge off. And then let's see. Yeah, I can do that with a pocket at the top. I think that'd be cute. Okay, so let me ink that. And then we can attach it. Because normally when I go hiking, I get like a little, you know, guide, a trail guide. Sometimes I pick up things and I know I'm not supposed to, but, you know, I might pick up a little bit of moss or whatever. And I'm talking about, you know, a small amount, but. Okay, so let's just put that there. I just want to make sure I'm able to get some, I'm going to use art glitter glue because I think I can get a skinnier bead around the edge. And then that way, my card doesn't have to be too skinny. And that red and green looks so good on this too. And I'm just going to pinch the sides a little bit, just as it adheres, just so I can get that poked up so I can get a card in there. Okay, that is done. And then now I have to think, like, what is it that I want on these other sides? Well, let's see. As far as using some of that, I can't because it has lines. I like her, but I've already used her on the front. So, and I do have all of these cute, and I think this would be kind of cute as a pocket. Kind of goes like that. I may have to cut some of them off just to has a little map thingy on it. That's cute. And then it has a cute little bunny. I'm going to put him right there. He's cute. I like the strawberries with the contrast. I think that's really pretty. I may not use a whole lot of those. I want to have room just to put some stuff in here. But as far as a card, I could do this. I had this. Let me put this little bunny down real quick. I just want a little bit of writing space, just because that way I can just put like how the weather was and, you know, something like that, and whatever my accomplishment, what I did. He's so cute. So I'm going to have to back this, and instead of using my file folder, I'm going to use this and have this, because then that way it won't be so thick. Okay, let's do that. Let me put this on here. And then let me get my glue paper. Because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the UHU Glue. UHU Glue. I like it. It sticks well. I told y'all Friday that it was on sale for Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime Day, but I didn't buy me I was going to buy a big old 12 pack. I think it was on sale for $18, but I didn't end up getting it. But that's the way it is. I can cut this down however I need it, whatever size I need it to be. Didn't get glue on that. That's why they have bone folders, so you don't get your sticky fingers on it. Okay. So I'm going to let that dry while I figure out what I want to do over here. Okay, so here's what I think I might do. I might just put... I wonder if I could put this as a belly band. You know? And then I can put some paper in there. I think I'm going to. So I'm going to cut it right there. I'm just going to cut it right there, and then I'm going to use it as a belly band. You know why? Because we can. Because we can. It's our little folio. We can do that. Yeah. So I'll kind of bring it in the middle. So at least I know where I'm going to be putting my glue. I'll put a little bit on this edge. And a little bit on this edge. And that is going to do it. Get back down here. Let that before I start poking and prodding on that. Okay, and I could put like a long card of this in here. I was going to say what I really would like to do is put some of my tracing paper. And I'm looking to see, let me get some tracing paper. I have had to pull a whole bunch out. When you grab, I like to write on this tracing paper. So, let me see how tall it is. First, let me see how thin we want it. I think that's going to fit just right there. And then we shall just do accordion style. Right? That's how you get a lot of writing space in here. You just do it accordion style. And you're off a little bit, but okay, and then I'll just cut that off. Not a problem, not a problem. We just cut it off. There we go. I don't think I cut anything that I shouldn't have cut. Let's see. And there's 2 sheets in there. Perfect. Okay, let me just cut the top off. Let me just cut the top off. Might need to cut a little bit more than that, but I think that should do it. Nope, that should do it. I know it's probably not completely dry yet, but that's okay. We're going to stick that in. And then we have that. That is drying. And then over here, what do we need? That would be cute on the edge. Let's do that. I left my pen out of it, so we hope it, yep, it's working good. Good job, Timmy. My granddaughter was over the other day, and I said something about, she was crafting, and I was doing that, and I said, Timmy, you're acting up. And she goes, who's Timmy? And I was like, well, so I had to explain it to her. Who Mr. Timmy is. That's cute too. I may put this on the card. Okay, let's put that aside. Let's put this in here. Let's put this like this. And then let's cut this down. Let's see where. How can I lose stuff when it's just like, I'm just sitting right here? Oh, you know why? Because I was being efficient and I put it up. Okay, let's measure this pocket real quick. So that is about 3 1/4. So I'm going to make it 2 3/4 because I want to be just, make sure it's going to fit just right. 2 3/4. So not quite 3. And that's going to be tall. So let's cut that down to like 7. Oh, maybe 7.5. Okay. And then we have to ink. Let me get my inker here. Let me get my inker and make sure that it's all inked. And then let me cut that top part. I think I'm going to do it with this little corner notcher. Perfect. Get that going. And then you can write on the back. See? Or I can write on the back, which I will. I think I need to show you guys the like when I actually, like I've been working in, I made a book review little like folio, like just a little fold thing with book reviews, and I need to show you that I'm actually using it because I've read some books and I put my reviews in there. So I'll have to pull that out one day and show you. Okay, so there's that. And I might put this here. And then put that like that. And then maybe I'll put the little bunny down there. Yes. That looks cute. Let's do that. Because, you know, sometimes we make stuff and then it's just like, I really do use the stuff that I make. So I just want to show you that, you know, it's not just sitting up on my shelf. Not that it matters. I mean, it might. I mean, you know, I might make something and put it on my shelf. I mean, there's a lot of things that I do, but it's nice to actually use things that you make to journal and to, like, I can't wait to go do, you know, it's really hot right now, but we're definitely going to go to the beach, and you know, I want to get some, my husband wants to fish at some point, and then I will look for sea glass and then put it in my little sea glass container, a little folio. So there's that. So I kind of want to show a little bit of the words. So there's that. That's cute. And then we'll put Mr. Bunny on here. And I have some really pretty green sari silk that I can use at the top. So let me get my badge slot maker. And let me just punch a little slot hole in here. Okay. And then, where did I put that green color? I've got to do some rearranging. Here it is. I thought I had a piece. I do have a little piece, but look how, see, that looks good. I need to do some cleaning in my craft room because I've gotten some new hauls and I have nowhere to put them. I told my husband, I said, I'm going to have to extend. I am so blessed to have an awesome husband that just lets me have a whole front living room area to craft in, instead of using one of the spare bedrooms, because, you know, my grandkids come over and all that, and so, but we don't come in this room very often. You know, it's not the TV room or whatever. It's not the dining room. It's just like a little living room area. And it's a big room, and I only use half of it. But I told him, I said, I'm gonna have to mosey on over to the other half at some point, because it's just, I'm getting so much stuff and I need to have room. We need room, don't we, ladies? Okay. So there is that, and that's going to go in here. That's cute. I think I'll put that right there. Right there. I'm going to use my Lineco. She wonders. Yes, she does. Make sure that hole is about there, and I've got that with my foot there. That's cute. I like it. Let's make sure that this is all going to close. I'm going to have to do the whole bendy thing just a little bit. I feel like this one, because we made it bigger. Yeah, I've got all this stuff in here now. I may have to put it in like this. Yeah. Okay, and I'm okay with that. If you don't want it that, then just cut this down a little bit. It could probably be like 1/4 of an inch. You could cut it and it would probably go in a little bit better. But I've already grommeted mine. I could cut it with just an X-Acto knife, but I'm actually okay with that. So anyway, there we go. So what else could we do? What else could we do? I can't put, I've got enough paper to write on. I've got a card that I can do. I can stick, you know, a hiking guide in here. I don't necessarily have to put anything on the left side. I really think this map is just too cute, and I really want to put it down. So I think I'm just going to put it. I kind of bent it, like did like a little accordion. Bless you, Bubba. And then I thought, oh, that'd be cute. But then I'm like, well, that doesn't help when you're using a flat surface. So, but I like this. So let's put this on here. And it's going to kind of be a little raised, which I think will be kind of cool. And I'm going to put it right there. Just a little map. And maybe even the camera. Because, you know, I can write here and I can write right here. So, yeah, I think I'll do that. I like that there. I might put it on there. I kind of like it on the tag. I kind of like it on the tag. Let's just do that. Whoopsie. Yes, I like that. Okay, and then we have our strawberries. What else do we have? We don't want to put another one here because this one already says keep right. Don't really think we need anything there. This is all I have left. So a compass, a piece of wood, and then a trail thing. Now this one might be okay here. Or we could put the compass. If it said something different, but it says the same thing that this does. So I think I'm going to skip that. And then maybe I will just put... Does that seem weird just to have a piece of wood there? I think I'll put the compass on the outside. And we will not put it centered. We will. And then I'll put this one over here. That's cute. I'm excited. I can't wait to write in it. Okay, so let's put this down here just for a little decoration. There's a lot of shadow. Okay. That is our folio, see? And we finished the whole thing in less time than I think I even did last week. So, there we go. That's all done. Bada bing, a bada boom. This is our Wanderlust Wednesday project. Yes, it's, oh yeah, it's better to do it like this. Get in, yeah. There you go. And I'm okay with that. Ooh, I should put some of that sari silk over here, huh? You think that would look okay? I don't really think it needs it, but I kind of like that just sticking out. But anyway, okay, well that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little project, and I hope you make one. And if you make any adjustments to it and you think it needs something different, let me know. Let me know what you did. But I kind of like it, and I like it that it's a little tight. I mean, I do have to kind of work with it, but I'm okay with that. I like it to be, so nothing's going to fall out. It's tight enough to hold it all in. So anyway, there we go. There's the back. Oh, I could put these strawberries on the back. Or this trailhead. No, I think I'll put strawberries on the back, but I won't do it now. But anyway, there we go. So thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out with me. You have a fabulous Monday. No, today's Wednesday. You have a fabulous hump day, and I'll see you on Friday. And remember, you only know what you know till you know something different. Bye-bye.